Talk about capitalization in English. So let's get started. So let's look at this short paragraph. What do you notice? It starts, when I was in school, I lived in Melbourne, Australia, and it continues on. And if you read carefully, you probably notice that capitalization is an issue. Many of the words that need to be capitalized are not capitalized. So we're going to look at capitalization and why it's important. And as you look at this paragraph, think about which words should be capitalized. You could even pause the video and think about it carefully and identify each word that needs to be capitalized. Capitalization is important in English for several reasons. The first reason is that it shows that you are learning to write the language well. It just shows that you're trying hard, that you want to do a good job. A second very important reason is that capitalization could be a part of your grade on an assignment. For example, here is a grading rubric, and you get a certain number of points based on writing mechanics, and writing mechanics includes things like spelling, punctuation, and capitalization. So if you do well in your capitalization, you could get up to 5 points, but if you have some errors, maybe 3 points, or if you're doing really poorly in your capitalization, then you could only get 1 point for this particular section of the grading rubric. Another important reason to capitalize correctly is that capitalization sometimes influences meaning. And let me show you an example. Here is a sentence. I saw the negotiator. Now, you might know that The Negotiator is a movie, and a negotiator is also someone that goes between two different parties, like in a political deal or a business deal. So, which one is this sentence talking about? Well, without the proper capitalization, we really don't know. If the word is not capitalized, that means you're just talking about some negotiator, maybe a business or political negotiator. However, if the words are capitalized, that means you're talking about a movie, The Negotiator. And that's a big difference between a movie and a person. Why do some writers not capitalize correctly? Well, I think there are a few reasons for that. The first reason simply being that they don't know the rules for capitalization, and we will go over that. Some of the rules anyway, there are several. Another reason is that maybe your native language has different rules for capitalization. Every language is a bit different. For example, in the country of Georgia, there are no capital letters. So if your native language is Georgian, it might be new for you capitalizing words. Other languages have different rules for capitalization. I think the third and probably the main reason, though, is that we've simply developed bad habits when it comes to capitalization. Nowadays, when we send text messages or post on social media, many times we don't capitalize words that need to be capitalized, and we just do this over and over again, and we develop bad habits that transfer into our academic writing assignments. So what do you capitalize in English? Well, a big one is the pronoun I. Like, for example, when I think about you, I smile. I is always capitalized. You also capitalize the first word of every sentence. For example, the T in today and the E in each. You also capitalize names, proper names, first and last names. So here Tom, and you also capitalize the H in Hanks. Capitalize names. You capitalize countries and continents. Every country and continent gets capitalized. Cities, and then geographic names like the Nile River or the Pacific Ocean, all of those get capitalized. You also capitalize the days of the week and the months of the year. Monday, Sunday, all of those. February, March, April, all of those. Holidays get capitalized. And then there are many, many more things that get capitalized in English. Names of companies like Toyota or Honda or Facebook. Nationalities like English or Chinese. Book titles get capitalized. Movie titles, article titles, journal names, all of those get capitalized in English. And there are several other rules, and I would encourage you to find a good grammar book or a good grammar website and look at what words are capitalized in English. I also want you to I want to encourage you to use the electronic tools that are available to you. This here is a shot from my PowerPoint, and it simply shows that each time I made a mistake in capitalization, PowerPoint put a little red squiggly line under it, and PowerPoint is trying to tell me, hey, you made a mistake. This should be capitalized. So if you have electronic tools, almost every word processor and even Google Chrome and Google Docs and other electronic tools, they will tell you when you make mistakes in capitalization. And so all I have to do is pay attention to these red lines here and fix the problems. There are many, many tools available to you nowadays, and there's no excuse for not using them. So just to review, capitalization matters in English. It's important because capitalizing words correctly shows that you care about the language, it can influence your grade, and it can influence the meaning when you're writing. There are several rules to learning capitalization. You need to know those rules and follow them. And finally, I strongly encourage you to use the technology that you have that can help you be better at capitalization.